Here we are, Andy Frith, Sheffield Advanced Motorcyclist with Tim Smith. Second part of his ride, we'd had a debrief and talked about positioning, and so this section was all about the bends really, and picking up your positioning for the bends and safety positioning for particularly oncoming vehicles. So I demoed where you needed to be, and I have to say that this whole ride was much better. It was a better speed. We'd got the briskness sorted out, and your positioning was much better. There, you were still positioned 2. You could have moved over further left for those oncoming. So there's still a reluctance on your part to really use position 1 to its full. So we'll just watch a little bit, and I'll comment as we go along. Better safety position there. Just looking where you are now, that's a good position 3 for the left-hander, and a good move over there too. Just push a little bit more left. Just try and get yourself using the road a little bit more. So oncoming. Better position 2 there, got the junctions, could have squeezed over another foot to clear that heavy, and you can, when you've got a clear view, you can sort of straighten the road as well. Yeah, this is looking good. So this is a fairly tight left-hander, and I think you had to really crank it down there. I think that one caught you out a little bit. And again, because we're out of position, we should have been far left, towards the left and the near side to take that bend, but I think it surprised you how it tightened up. So we'll have a chat about reading bends. Safety position here, tucked in. Yeah, could have been in a little bit closer. You can see that van coming. So there's no need to try and go out for the view. Could have sliced these, that's not bad. Yeah, you get in that and then tuck in. Say a little bit proud still for that oncoming. Picked up the pace nicely here. This was okay. We got motoring and quite enjoyed this section actually. Nicely over there. Yep, that was okay. Moving away from that heavy. Got driveways and that on the left, so that was a good compromise. Tuck left a bit more for the bend there, just to maximise your view. Then when you've got the bend opening up, then you can cut across. Oncoming. I'm sorry, it's not oncoming, it's one ahead of us. Difficult to tell with the helmet bouncing them down. Now you've got an oncoming, again another foot left, and drifting out to the crown for the left-hander, that's good. But then we've got 30s coming, and that caught you out a little bit. You got to look ahead a bit further, because you could see buildings in the distance, just there on the right. You got a glimpse of those well before those 30s, and should be clocking with your built-up area, likely to be 30s coming up. Okay, we discussed this one on debrief. This tanker here, he had a tendency to get too close to it, and basically all you got was a face full of rear tanker, which means that you have to move your bike out into the other lane to see what's coming. Whereas if you stayed where I am at the minute, you'd get an easier view of both sides of the tanker. And round these bends, there's no way that we're going to overtake him here. Possibly he moved up into an overtaking position there. Unfortunately, got the oncoming. Nationals, mirror checks. And again, I've got a view down the near side here, but you were pretty close to it, so you really don't know what's coming. Potentially a look down the near side there for you. As we get round this corner, the tanker gives you a signal, I just thought you went a little bit too soon, maybe could have checked it out. There he goes, and you have a look and go. So you could have pushed your bike out to where I am and then gone, just to make sure that there was nothing, because you can't rely on his signal to say come by, everything's safe. But nicely up to speed again, and quite a good run actually. A bit too close to that one again, position 3 again, oncoming. Should have certainly been in 2. So we've still got to sort that out. It was better, but you were still not doing it all the time. But that's a good position to be in. Nice and proud, open road. Swinging left, I like that, that's good. Now, in the distance, this van was doing something. It turns out it was reversing. But you went into that a bit fast. It wasn't quite obvious what that van was going to do. And again, 30s, breaking up for those. I would have been tempted there to ease off. Position 1, see where you were there? Quite proud again. So still got some work to do on this positioning, the safety positioning, and hopefully this video will have emphasised what I've been talking about. Yeah, just watch what happens over the next few corners. I'll pick up commentary on this part. We talked about the speed, and on occasion there was a time, as we discussed in debrief, that you were pushing well beyond 60, probably up to about 65. But I think you enjoyed this section. It's a nice open road. It's the old A1, the old Great North Road, running parallel to the current A1. It's quite quiet, and you get the opportunity to practice positioning here. Some nice sweeping bends, and it's nice to see that you're moving over and then picking up the default position again. Sometimes on these you went for your position when you could have actually sliced and taken a more direct route. So don't fall into the trap of thinking I've got to be in position 1 for left-handers and I've got to be in position got to be in position 1 for right-handers and then position 3 for left-handers. Sometimes you can alter your position to make it flow a little bit more, particularly on a wide road like this, when there's not many oncoming vehicles. Okay, coming up to overtake this flat back here, and I like the way he waited there. That was good, because you waited for the junction and you're listening, and that was nicely done. What you can do, of course, is move out a little bit to have a look. I mean, I'm staying out just to get a better position on where you are going there. It's not a good idea for you to be offsiding like that. In fact, the IAM would frown upon it because they find it's a bit confusing for associates. So they say no offsiding, really. Offsiding is different from splitting or slicing, shall we say, taking a more direct line through two bends. Yeah, stay out there on the left a little bit and then cut in, that's good. Safety position, more over. Yeah, we could have given it more. Drift back out for the left-hander. You sort of like took that on position 2 all the way around, whereas it would have been better out in 3 to give you an increased view. Looks like we've got an oncoming coming towards us there, so drift over to position 1. Still in position 2. Use more of the road. Position 1 there for the right-hander. Get over there and then cut in. So yeah, you're bordering on position 1 there. You're almost there. It's definitely something stopping you moving over to the left. You can see it repeatedly happens from a safety position and for an online position on your bends. Position 3 here, no problem at all. I think that's where you're used to riding. And you just got to get it into your side now to use more of the road. That's not bad. But again, you're drifting into 2. You see, as you go around, you'd have stayed in 1 and then cut across as the bend opens up. That's okay. Stay now. You drift into position 2, stay out for the 3, stay proud, so you get that increased view around that bend, and then you can cut across. If you look where I am and how I'm taking the bends, it gives you a bit of an idea. You're drifting back across again, albeit you might have gone out to the offside for that pedestrian actually. And then slowing down for the 40s, that was a nice roll off. Nice acceleration sense there, that was quite good. I'm just coming into Tuxford now in the 40s.